So this time I have the timer on. We'll see if it actually functions properly.
Okay.
So hi, I'm
Hi.
Ed.
I'm Rich.
Yeah, this is we're from Sparked Innovations. This is our live show, our Wednesday show.
Wednesday show.
Yeah, which means we have a word or phrase of the day.
Word of the day.
Yeah.
I came up with it.
What is it?
It's capacitance. And I want to talk about it because I don't really understand as much as I should about it. And he does, and I want to hear him talk about it. So I figured you guys would want to hear him talk about that too.
Yeah, we could do that. So we're opening up. Feel free to leave a comment, question, anything like that. This is our third episode, so third weekend where we are doing a live show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. And then we added a second show, which is going to be Fridays at 5 p.m. The Wednesday show, this one here, live in Sparky, is going to be somewhat structured where we do have a word or phrase of the day and then talk about it and field some questions. Friday will be more open discussion based, so more expanded on Q&A. So yeah, today we'll talk about capacitance. Still have to memorize kind of our structure of the show of what it is. So we'll get to that in a second. I have talked about it on my personal channel before about capacitors and whatnot, super caps. Here at Sparked Innovations, we do carry the Ioxis module, so we can talk about some super caps. We have another product we're going to show you once we get into it that involves capacitance. So you can watch us on Facebook, Sparked Innovations, or on YouTube, Sparked Innovations. We are also on Instagram, TikTok, all that, Sparked Innovations, and our website, sparkedinnovations.com. So Sparked Innovations is the way to go with everything. That was the intro is over. So
Okay.
now the word of the day is
Capacitance.
Hey!
Hey.
Okay.
So what is it, Edward?
What is it? It's a word in the English language.
Okay. Starts with a C, ends with acidance.
Yes, but it is derived, I believe, from Latin. We don't have to get into the
Entomology
of the word. We can get into how we use it, what it means to us in our exact field. If you understand capacitance, that's kind of a pun. So let's get into it, the basics of what capacitance is, because I think there is confusion. Would you agree that some people out there are confused and think capacitance is equal to capacity?
Yes.
And they think the higher rating of a capacitor means it has more capacity?
Yes.
Okay, that's false. So capacitance really is the effect. In a capacitor, there are plates. And the closer the plates, the stronger you can get the capacitance effect, or the larger the surface area of the plate, right? So capacitance is the electrical effect one plate has on the other. Nothing is a true 100% insulator, even air. So capacitors use a gap between the plates. It can be air, it can be some sort of dielectric or electrolyte, could be aluminum, could be carbon, could be a bunch of different materials, right? That oil on the market, there's so many different types. But the basics is that there's a plate with a small gap and another plate. So electron flow, the buildup of a charge on one plate affects the charge on the other plate. And we get slight storage and can discharge that when we change the charge from the load to pull that current back from the other plate. So that's what capacitance is. It's an effect between one plate and the other plate. Am I describing this in a way that makes sense or is digestible at all?
Kind of. But I'm thinking of the electrolytic capacitor, and then I'm also thinking about the supercapacitor. So the one that you were just talking about is more of the electrolytic, correct?
All types of caps will have an anode and a cathode, or positive and negative. There's two. Everything's polar, right? So a positive and negative. Even if we run AC through it, there's a flip. 2 plates. Electrolytic, it can be aluminum. There could be foil inside, and that's what's in between the plates. It could be anything. So when we talk about super caps, they're made of carbon, or they have carbon in them. There's aluminum and carbon. Electrolytic caps, there's also mylar and aluminum.
Are they still like spiraled, wrapped?
Yeah, so the plates are actually a flat sheet, one plate dielectric and another plate, and then to fit it in a small footprint, you roll it up, and then you can get more surface area that way. In carbon, the surface area is in like a chunk of charcoal brisket. It's not quite like that, but there's more surface area. That's why we can have super caps the way they are. The human body is a cap, so that I want to get to this.
Okay.
Because we have something that works off of capacitance. So the human body is very complex in its structure. But in that structure, there's multiple electrical charges that build up within us from the atmosphere and from our environment, but also that's generated from within us from muscle movement and stuff like that. And we can utilize that to interact with things that like touch screens and switches and our voltmeter. There you go. So instead of a push button switch to click on and off contacts, this switch senses the field that your body generates in capacitance. In physics, the way a capacitor really works is it's generating an electric field, and that's what can carry current through the gap, basically, through of the plates. So that field builds up around your finger, in this case, and the switch will pick up that field and activate. So we have these voltmeters now on our site that are 2-wire. So you can have the positive and negative go directly to your battery and not have to worry about interrupting any of those wires to turn it on and off. And it won't stay on all the time and, you know, affect your battery. You can just turn it on and off like that. Isn't that cool? So there we go. We actually had a problem testing these off of one of our benchtop power supplies that generated its own field. It wasn't isolated and grounded properly. So because it generated its own field, it was affecting that switch, and it would read goofy and act goofy.
Was it a metal oxide semiconducting field effect transistor?
No, that's totally different. MOSFETs are different. And feel free to leave questions, comments about this. You know, we do want to be a little bit educational, but also show you some of our products. So we have the USB. We have the standard single voltmeter, which is probably the more popular one. All these are in a similar size where they can fit. It's roughly the size of your cigarette lighter or power port plug in your vehicle. So in my HHR, I was able to Dremel slightly, like a millimeter out, taking out the socket of my cigarette lighter plug. I was able to put one of these in there. So you could do the same. We also make the switch panels that mount all of these. Did you have the nut? I didn't want to put it back.
Oh, that one didn't come with one.
Okay,
that was
cool.
a sample.
We also have, let me share this. You're going to see my face.
My face.
Share screen. Understand. Okay. So this is one of the deals we have right now. This is the Ioxis Ultra Cap module. And this is a 300, is it 350?
375.
375 farad capacitor bank. You can get 2 of these. These work in conjunction with batteries. I have one in my HHR right now, actually. And they work to increase the efficiency of your charging system. So the battery's life is actually extended because the brunt of any There's our time. Will be the brunt of any current draw will be taken by the capacitor before the battery gets dipped down into its own reserve. So the 375 farads is the capacitance, meaning that's the amount of electrical effect you can get from one plate to the other on this cap. It's not the capacity. It's not how much charge it's going to hold. It's how much it will have an effect, meaning higher current flow to amplifiers, batteries, or whatever you have.
So, David Monroe, or Dylan.
Now we are getting to the Q&A section here, so let's hide this.
Let's scroll up a little. Hi, David. Hi, Dylan.
Do you want to control that?
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Scott he's listening while working in the warehouse.
Oh, good. Keep working, buddy.
Hola. Hi, Walter. Hi, David.
David Monroe.
Dylan, the assistant with the super long shipping and finally got delivered today. Isn't that crazy? This thing was bouncing over. Like, you should have seen like the map. It was just like it kept bouncing around.
Went to the wrong state or something?
I think between towns and stuff. But okay, so we had a question here. Can you show the USB one again? Is that okay? So there we go. Ugh. So that 4.2 or 2.4 is actually 4.8. So it's 2.4 amps across one and across the other. So it's actually 4.8 split across the two. Yeah. But the 2.4 we put on there because that's what you're going to get out of each port.
There you go. And it has the voltmeter, the hidden voltmeter in there. So
yep.
That's actually, I have the older version in my car. So I'll be able to charge my phone and see my battery voltage on there.
Yeah, another cool thing I like about this is that when it's on and you have the cover on,
it shines through.
It shines through, yeah.
So if you were using it in a convertible, a Jeep, a side-by-side, a boat, motorcycle, you can have the cover so you don't get moisture, dirt, water into the actual USB connectors. Yep. But you can still see your voltage, so yeah.
All of our meters and switches are IP67 rated, which means they can be put on a boat outside, outdoors.
What's that all about? We were watching the McKenzie brothers earlier.
Yeah. Hey, Cigar Joe.
Hey.
How you doing, man? So any questions about capacitance or the meters we've shown you or ultra caps, super caps in general?
Yeah. We
can answer those for you.
Any of it. Let us know. We do have, like I said, I showed the deal of the
stay away, Chris.
We have those in stock. We have the voltmeters in stock and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So part of what we try to do is get you the right product for your installation, for your needs, and not just sell you something just because that's what we have or that's what we make profit on or whatever. So if you give us a call and you have electrical system questions, you have a setup you want to do, if those ultra caps fit, then great, we got them in stock. If you want them and you go over your electrical system with us and we find that they will not work for you, we have other options that will. We have Titan 8s over there. We have D-series batteries. There's another lithium one in there, and access to whatever. So yes, if you do have questions and they're more involved than what you can do in comment section here, you can always give us a call, write an email, on the Facebook page, whatever you prefer.
Let's handle a tech question live. Okay. So Jeremy King has an RBX 4CH. He bought the voltmeter that attaches to the board, and his meter is reading all zeros. He has 4 gauge hooked up to B+, and he's got a wire jumped from B+ over to the ignition terminal. He has the ignition switch in the up position, and it's still reading all zeros. This is the second meter that he's had. Both were showing all zeros.
Does he have full voltage going to the B+?
And he says he does.
He's testing it because we people don't have context. Do we have one
Oh yeah,
laying around? A relay box? Even if it's like a board or something sitting around. So we make relay boxes. We have an RBX 4CH with an add-on that you can opt to have a voltmeter mounted directly on the housing of the relay box, and it would read the master voltage coming into the relay box and be switched on and off with an external trigger. I don't know if we have the voltmeters in stock up there, but it could be that one. Doesn't matter. We're not going to hook it up. Let's see this. Okay. Oh, a mirrored one. No transparent one. That's all right. So that's our 4CH. And the nameplate up here is just a piece of acrylic. But we have a voltmeter that can be mounted on there with a little pigtail.
It's a lot better.
There you go. With the pigtail off the voltmeter that plugs into here, right? So that plug, so then you can display voltage. This is just paper on there that peels off, obviously. So you can display voltage on your actual relay box. Now this terminal's here. See B plus? You can see it there. There's your ground, your B plus, and then there's an ignition terminal. So to have that voltmeter work properly, it doesn't matter what position this switch is. It doesn't read off that switch. You need to have your B plus connected to the battery. That's what actually the probe of that meter tests from. That's where it's reading its voltage. You have to have B plus. Then the ignition that's right next to it, you have to have that turned on. That can go to your ignition, so that voltmeter turns on when you turn on your ignition. It could go to remote turn on of the head unit, so that voltmeter will come on when your head unit turns on. Or it can be another switch. You can loop it over to the output of here, so it comes on with a channel. Whatever it is, both the B plus and the ignition need to have voltage as well as the ground to turn on. Since that meter probes the B plus, if you were to have the ignition have voltage on it and have it grounded, but no power on the B plus, the meter will turn on and read 0 because it's reading that the probe is not connected to anything. So you need to have that B plus connected to the battery and then just turn on that ignition with 12 volts. Hopefully that's helpful and answers that. But this has nothing to do with capacitance, but it's a tech question.
So Jeremy is saying looping it won't work though.
Looping it? No, you just make sure your B plus is connected to your battery, and then get a little tiny jumper cable, and you could tap it to the ignition. But it's better just to hook it up fully and see how it's doing. If for some reason you're still having issues, then it could possibly somehow be a broken connection on the board or on the cable, the plug, and we can replace or repair it.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. So let us know. I know it was a headache and you didn't want to go through with any waiting, but that's an option for you.
Yeah.
We had a question from Dylan about the S5 3400. This is a BCI series, okay? So this is the Power S5 3400. This is rated for under hood, okay? So the regular Power S5s are not intended to be near a heat source like an engine, right? This is designed to go under the hood in an engine bay. So you would get the same rating that you would with an AGM battery or a wet cell battery. It's rated for under the hood. So
but you can't throw it in a trash can full of peanut butter.
It says it right there.
No trash cans of peanut butter.
So just remember that.
We'll do that next episode.
But as long as you keep it out of the trash can of peanut butter, this thing will work under your hood, and you don't have to worry about it. So
it has a standard size case, so if you have a 3400 mount, then it should mount right in there too. Pretty nice. And they usually have the hooks on the bottom, so your factory style. Although if you are replacing your battery with something that is this much of a monetary investment, I do recommend nicer hold downs. That's our time for that. That's 20 minutes. Okay. We'll keep going. So I do recommend better hold downs or a battery tray of some sort that is higher end, nicer looking. I mean, you're going through a lot of work to upgrade your stereo. So, but you can use factory mounts if you want to.
You can.
Yeah.
So that's the Power S5 3400.
And Jeremy King says he thinks it's a fault. So you can send back to us. Rich will get with you on that. Or if you want to shoot a message over to Rich, whatever way you want to do it.
One, you know what I mean? Like if you don't want to be without one, you know, we know you. We'll take care of you. So.
Yeah, we'll get that taken care of. Works great otherwise, he says. So cool. All right. So what time are we at? How is it up?
Right,
it's only 20 minutes. We have 10 minutes left, actually. So, that's right. We want to talk about.
So we still have the golden ticket going on. So what is the golden ticket? It is one of 5 tickets that go out. It's a little dusty. One of 5 of these get sent out during the contest period, which is still going on. One has been claimed, and I believe there's at least one left to be given out. All you got to do to be eligible to win one of the golden tickets is to spend $150 on our site or more, and you're automatically entered to possibly get one of these guys. And you're also entered into the one of 5 people that get the golden ticket to win a special prize from us. So we will do that after all 5 tickets have been claimed. So you get those 2 wonderful things. And the golden ticket is a $100 gift certificate to our website.
Yeah.
So that's what you get in addition to this lovely foil looking golden ticket.
Since last week, I don't think any of the other recipients have come forward.
They haven't
yet. So we got to think about what we do about that. You know?
Yeah.
I guess
Should
we
just give them out, or
I don't know.
Because if they claim them later, like the one guy did, the one guy, he was sitting on his install. How many of you guys have done this?
Yeah.
You buy the thing, you're like, oh, good, I got it, and you put it in the corner because you're not ready to, for that part of your build. Well, he did that, and when it was time for him to take it out of the packaging, he almost threw it out with the packaging. It was his wife that found that there was a golden ticket in there, brought it to his attention, and it was like 5 months, 6 months later after.
Wow.
So it was, So you gotta like think of a better way to like have like horns go off when you open it, like or like a little song plays.
Confetti.
Yeah. Something that like gets your attention.
Yeah. Light it up with LEDs. Why
Yeah.
not? So, all right, but that is still going on. And if you have any ideas and you want to leave a comment to future giveaways, contests, or just for fun things, let us know your suggestions. We're open to different ideas, not just the golden ticket. Although this is a good one. If you have an idea, let us know.
Yeah, we have people in the industry that we all know. Some people do like and subscribe, or comment, and it's judged on the amount of comments or shares or whatever. There's debate as to whether or not that is going to get somebody banned for sharing too much. So if you guys have done that, if you think it's a good way to go as far as giveaways and that kind of thing, feel free to let us know, because we've done it in the past. We're not opposed to doing it in the future. It's just, something that we want to make sure that it's not hurting the people that we depend on,
Right.
You guys. So
Yeah. Because this is why we do it.
You,
everyone out there.
You're the reason.
Now I know we still have like 5 minutes. Maybe if I could pull the camera around, it's nothing nice to look at.
It's not really nice to look at. It will be when it's assembled, but right now it's just a hunk of metal.
Yeah, an exciting thing is that we finally got pallet racking to expand our facility.
Uh-oh.
Because tell them you're on a show.
Okay.
You got to go get that. Or you want to?
Well, it's work.
It's work.
Yeah.
Work, and torque. Okay. So we got some pallet racking. So not that just that we could expand our shelving back here, so that we can build kind of a mezzanine level, like a second floor. You know what? We'll move the camera right here. So you see, we have pallet racking there. It's 8 feet and 2 feet deep.
Okay.
But we have all that space up to the ceiling.
Okay.
So we got 12-foot tall racking that is 42 inches deep. And we're going to add shelves, but we're going to build on top of those shelves a second floor to put my office and a couple other things up there. So I can basically, I'm going to lay a floor across the top shelf. But then on the bottom shelves, we'll have some work surface and more storage. And we're going to so we have all this clutter in here. We're going to get it more onto shelves. More work space also. And here's the shelves back there. Yeah. So it's deeper pallet racking, taller and longer. That's 12 feet long shelves, where these are 8. That's 8 feet. So all right. Let's see. Any other comments? No, we look good. But I do appreciate everyone hanging out. I'm Ed again. That was Rich. He had to go take a call, and I'm going to sign off here. Even though we got like 4 minutes left. So, okay. So then let's just fill the time with this here. The meter that has a capacitive touch switch. This reads capacitance from your finger, so you can turn it on and off and not have to leave it on all the time. These read fairly accurate. They're pretty well calibrated to most like handheld, like a Fluke type multimeter. They'll read a tenth. So 12.1, 12.2 volts, 12.3, and the resolution or the time interval of reading is 5 times a second. And that's limited because of the digital display, which if it flashes too fast, everything looks like an 8 because of the segmented LED display. And that's why calculators or multimeters using a segmented display are slowed down so it doesn't flash too fast and look like all 8s, you know, like I'm saying. So, hey, Larry Phelps, what's going on? We are about to sign off, Larry, but thank you for tuning in. We are at sparkedinnovations.com. We have a bunch of dealers with inventory. We are shutting down production or slowing down production so that we can go and reorganize our entire shop and set up the new pallet racking. So inventory's in the hands of our dealers. We got G2, we got Showtime, we got who else? There's a couple others out there. Rich is working on the site to get a dealer locator on there. So if you want product now, we'll have it. I know Limitless, Sky High had some stuff, so check them out. Down for Sound probably has some stuff left. So check it out if you want some stuff now. If it's anything beyond that, we'll be back into full production and ramping up production once we get this set up. It's probably going to take me a week or so to get it all because I have to do it myself. But follow us for updates. Maybe we'll leave updates on how that's going if anyone's interested. I have to build in the floor, do a lot of carpentry, build a flight of stairs, things like that. Maybe an elevator, trap door with the rope ladder, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Follow us on Sparked Innovations on Facebook. SparkedInnovations.com is the site. Sparked Innovations on YouTube. If you want to subscribe there, you'll get notifications of when we do these videos. Me personally, Sparked Ed on my Instagram and my YouTube. Follow me there. I'll have some stuff coming up soon. And that's pretty much it. So I got in the live feed. What's the name of the multimeter you just showed? And when will they be available? Well, this is the voltmeter. This is the last question, Rich, right before we sign off.
Okay.
Can you? I'll go to it.
Okay.
Go to the page. voltmeters. Where do we have? Yes. Guy wanted to see what, and that's time. But
That's
we're going to
time.
show this real quick. It's just moving slowly. All right, that is this one, right? There we go. Okay. So he just asked when will they be available? They are available now.
Right now.
They
They're
are
in
on our
stock.
site. They are. We do have these in stock, but also our dealers have them in stock. So any of the dealers I mentioned, if you want to go there, we did ship a bunch out to Sky High and Showtime, I believe, as well as G2. So go check that out if you want to see it on our site. Here's the page here. We have different colors available: red, green, blue. Do we have purple and white in these? Red, green, blue, purple, white. And as well as the dual options, the USB options are out there. You'll see all the options when you go to the page. The single one here is just a single voltmeter. That's it. Not much to it. DC, what's the title on there? DC voltmeter, battery capacity monitor.
Gauge with onboard capacitive touch switch.
Yes, there is one without the onboard switch. That's still an option, but the one with the switch will be labeled as capacitive touch switch. So there they are. They are available now.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Rich. Okay, so we're signing off again. I am Ed, Spark Innovations. This is our live show.
That's Ed.
That's Rich, and we'll catch you next time on Friday, 5 p.m.
Friday at 5 p.m. I'm going to keep talking and staring at the camera while he gets the mouse over to the